Hello guys, this is the first video of surface chemistry, and in this chapter we are going to start from adsorption. Adsorption is the phenomena of accumulation of substance on the surface of some other substance. Is termed as adsorption. It is a surface phenomena. Now here what you can see there, suppose we have taken a surface that is a solid. It is called adsorbent, and some other substance is going to attach with the surface is of adsorbent, that is called adsorbate. This process is called adsorption because the substance is attached on the surface, is not going inside. If it enter inside in bulk, in that case, in place of adsorption, it is called absorption. So that is the difference between adsorption and absorption, right? So now why adsorption takes place? Now what is the reason of adsorptions? Why adsorbate attached with the surface of adsorbent? Now here the reason is what? If you will take a solution, we have taken suppose adsorbate. In adsorbate, the particle present inside, it will be balanced by some other molecules. Means one molecule is attracting this molecule this side, other is attracting this side. So net force of attraction is 0 here. Same thing here also. So on this molecule, the net force is 0. But the molecules present at the end or surface, we can say that molecule attracted by another molecule, but this side no molecules will be is going to attracting. Same thing, some molecules are attracting of this molecule this side, but here no molecule is going to attract. Some molecules of attracting this side, but here no molecule. So any substance, any gas will come here that will attach with the surface to balance the force of the substance, the particle present at the boundary. So this is the adsorption process happened. The reason is that. Now adsorbate, where is adsorbate? This is the adsorbate. And adsorbent. So now to balance the force of the particle of adsorbent present at the boundary, adsorption takes place. Now if you will see what is absorption, I already told. When the adsorbate enter into the body in bulk of adsorbent, this is called adsorption. What is sorption? Sorption, it is if adsorption and absorption both take place simultaneously. In that case, it is called sorption. And desorption is the opposite of adsorption. When the process of adsorption will be started, after some time, the process of desorption, the process of what? Desorption also is started. Means the molecules are going to accumulate on the surface of the adsorbent. At the same time, some molecules of adsorbate is going to leave the surface of adsorbent. So both the process will be started. It means the process is called desorption. And the time will come when the equilibrium will be established between adsorption and desorption. Is it okay? The equilibrium is also possible. At that time, you cannot recognize what is going on. It is adsorption or absorption. Now, what are the factors that are affecting the adsorption of gases on solids? Larger the surface area, higher the adsorption. So, larger the surface area of adsorbent. If adsorbent is in the form of powder, so more surface area, faster will be the adsorption. The gases having higher critical temperature are absorbed more readily. So now the gases having higher critical temperature, in that case they will be adsorbed more readily on the surface of adsorbent. Now adsorption of gas increases with increase in pressure. Means when the external pressure on the gases will be high, in that case more adsorption will take place. Now with increase in temperature adsorption decreases. So when the temperature will be increased, the desorption will be started. The molecules start leaving the surface. Now there are two type of adsorption. One is physisorption, other is chemisorption. Physisorption, when the force of attraction between adsorbent and adsorbate. So the force between adsorbent and absorbate is physical. Physical bond is there. In that case, we can say that it is a physisorption. If there is a chemical bond established between adsorbate and adsorbent, that will be called chemisorption. Now, what are the other characteristic of physisorption? That is non-specific. It happened at any place. There is no specification that it will happen at a certain place or with a certain molecule. It happened with all the molecules. Now, chemisorption is highly specific. So it take place between certain substances. Means the adsorbate and adsorbents are fixed, not everywhere. Now reversible. What is physisorption is reversible? I told you reversible means what? Both the process of adsorption and desorption takes place. That is reversible process. But in case of chemisorption, it is irreversible process. Means when adsorption will start, so no desorption will start. Now enthalpy of adsorption is very low. We know that adsorption is exothermic process. So when physisorption takes place, less amount of heat will be released. But in chemisorption, the more amount of heat will be released in case of chemisorption. Take the screenshot of this. Now if we are talking about catalyst, that is the substance that alter the speed of a chemical reaction without being used. Now, so what is the, we are having two type of catalysts, that is positive catalyst and negative catalyst. We have studied more about catalyst in chemical kinetics. Now positive catalyst is what? That speed up the rate of reaction. For example, now if we will take 3 molecule of hydrogen combining with 1 molecule of nitrogen, it is a reversible reaction and form 2 molecule of NH3. Is it okay? In that case, iron is the catalyst. So iron is positive catalyst because it speed up the reaction. But in case of negative catalyst slow down the rate of a chemical reaction. For example, if we will take CH3, we will take CHCl3, chloroform. CHCl3 is what? Chloroform. And it is treated with oxygen. And the product is COCl2, right? COCl2. And what will be the other product? Then in this reaction, ethanol is negative catalyst, C2H5OH. Why it is a negative catalyst? Because it decreases the speed of this reaction. It slows down the reaction. So many more examples are given of negative catalysts. So you must know the example of positive and negative catalyst. Now another type of catalyst, that is homogeneous catalyst and heterogeneous catalyst. Another division is there. So homogeneous catalyst, if all reactant product and catalyst are in same state. Suppose we are talking about SO2 is combining with oxygen. It is also a reversible reaction and the product is SO3. In that case, 2SO3 and 2SO2. In that case, NO, nitric oxide, which is also a gas. Like SO2 is gas, oxygen is gas, SO3 is gas. Even the catalyst is also in gaseous state. In that case, this catalyst is called homogeneous catalyst. And in case of heterogeneous catalyst, you have seen the example. Hydrogen is a gas, nitrogen is a gas, ammonia is a gas, but iron is solid. So the states are not matching with each other. So catalyst will be heterogeneous catalyst. There are many more examples of there. In case of NO, which is a gas, we can take vanadium pentoxide, that is a solid, so it will called heterogeneous catalyst. Now how catalysts work? Now the question is, on which theory the catalysts work? Now there are two types of theories. In one theory, catalysts form intermediate with the reactant. Suppose the reaction is A plus B gives C. This is a reaction and having high activation energy. Is it okay? It required high activation energy to proceed. But if catalyst is there, then reactant A combine with catalyst cat and form A catalyst. This is a intermediate. intermediate compound. Now the intermediate compound, that is A catalyst, combine with B other reactant and form C, that is a product, and catalyst will be removed. So in that case you can see that in this case also the A combined with B forms C, but there is an involvement of catalysts. Catalysts involve and form intermediate complex. In these two cases, in these two steps, the activation energy, if we will talk about activation energy, so this will have lower activation energy as compared to this. The activation energy when the catalyst involved become less. So we can say that E dash is less than EA. Now one more theory is there on which catalysts work, that is adsorption theory. In adsorption, that is also called key lock theory. During that, the shape of catalyst is very important. Every catalyst have certain shape, and due to certain shape the catalysts are specific for a specific reaction. So in that shape the reactant enter, and on the surface of the catalyst they form new bonds and get rid of from the reactant and form product. So these are the two theories on which catalysts work. Now what are the characteristics of catalysts have? Catalysts are specific for specific reactions. It means one catalyst can speed up few reactions, one catalyst cannot speed up many reactions. And activity of catalyst accelerate the speed of reaction up to 10 times. That is the characteristic of catalyst. It can speed up 10 to the power 10 times. Is it okay? 10 to the power 10 times. A reaction can be speed up if catalyst is present. Now if we are talking about surface area, higher the surface area, more effective will be the catalyst. Generally finely divided iron is used in Haber process as a catalyst. Now if you will take powder form, then it can act more faster as compared to the having less surface area. There we can also discuss here promoter and poisons. Promoters increases the efficiency of catalyst. For example, molybdenum with iron in Haber process, that speed up that increase the efficiency of catalyst, okay, and speed up the reaction. But in case of poison decrease the efficiency of catalyst. So poison and promoter is not going to involve directly into the reaction. We are going to affect the efficiency of catalyst. Promoter make the catalyst more efficient, and poison decrease the efficiency of catalyst.